Hello, Pederscopers! This is Steve Pederson coming at you again with another episode of Keys to Being the Difference. Thank you for joining me. Today is episode 32, Accepting Brokenness. That's right, Accepting Brokenness. I'm holding here in my hand a trophy. This trophy says Ebinger School 20s Club for 2014. This is a trophy that my daughter won for participating in a trackathon, and she got a certain level, so she got this fantastic trophy. Now the cool thing about this trophy is that the bottom is nice, good, solid marble. The top part, which is all shiny and gold-like, is actually made out of plastic. So it's really kind of cheap material. And what happened was she dropped her trophy and it broke. And she brought it to me. She said, "Daddy, could you super glue my trophy?" So it looks just like new. You can see a tiny little crack down there where it broke. But her trophy is just as good as new. It's no longer broken. She also brought me a pair of her fake glasses. She's got some fun play glasses, and they broke, and she brought them to me. "Daddy, can you super glue my glasses?" And it's kind of funny how many things my kids bring to me and ask me, "Daddy, can you super glue this?" Because it's broken. So many things just break. And it's true, whether you're a little kid. Now, I know that when she grows up, she gets to be much older, she's not going to care about these glasses, whether they were broken or not. She's probably not going to care whether this trophy is broken. She probably won't even care about the trophy at all. But for right now, it's a big deal to her because it's broken, and it means something to her. It's very important to her at this time. And our, my kids, they break a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that fortunately I can fix with super glue, but there are times when they break something and I just have to say, "I'm sorry, sweetie, I can't fix that with super glue. It's broken and we have to throw it away." And that's always a real disappointing time for them. But as we grow older, we find other things in our life that are broken. It could be something as simple as, for example, our ceiling fan in our kitchen. We broke the little, it's one of those ceiling fans that has a light, and the light and the fan are on one switch. And so when you flip the switch, both the light and the fan go on. And if there's these little chains, and you can pull one or the other and turn one off and leave the other on. But the chain broke. And so we can no longer separate the fan from the light. Every time we turn on the light, the fan is just on. And it's broken. And we live with it. Maybe someday, the goal is someday I'll get around to fixing the fan, the ceiling fan. It's not a super high priority right now. And so we live with it. We accept the brokenness of the ceiling fan. However, there are other much more serious things in our lives that become broken. And they're a little bit harder to fix, and sometimes we really, really, really want to super glue the situation. We want to get it back together. We want an easy fix. We want to get that thing fixed really quick. And sometimes those broken things are very painful. Sometimes it's a broken heart. Sometimes it's a broken relationship. Sometimes it's something in our character that is broken. Perhaps there's an addiction or some kind of character flaw that leads you to behave or act in certain ways with undesirable outcomes on a consistent basis, and you just feel broken and you feel like this cannot be fixed. And there's a possibility that it can't be fixed. There's a friend of mine whose husband was injured. He was in the military, and he was injured, and now he's on disability, and that injury is a brokenness that cannot be fixed. And there is definitely some disappointment surrounding that, and I think that that's the thing with brokenness, is that it comes with some serious disappointment that we have to deal with. And so oftentimes the first thing we do is we kind of fight against that, and we reject, and we say, well, I can't accept this. I have to fix this. This has to be fixed. And what I'm saying is that there are just sometimes some things that are just broken. And it's possible that, like our ceiling fan, that maybe one day it'll get fixed. But there's a possibility that what we're dealing with just cannot be fixed. It's broken permanently. And we just have to breathe and come to a place where we accept the brokenness of the situation. There's an author, Byron Katie, she calls that loving what is. There's another author, David Hawkins, who calls it letting go. There comes a time when we have to let go. And, sometimes for me, what I've discovered is I'm a perfectionist. I really tend to want everything to be perfect. And sometimes the brokenness is, well, it's not perfect. It has to be perfect. And sometimes just accepting brokenness is just accepting that we're not perfect, that the situation is not perfect. It may get better, it may not. But the key to being the difference in any situation is just allowing the brokenness and accepting the brokenness and being at peace, at least with where the brokenness is at this point. An action maybe that you can take today is just to do an inventory of yourself. This is probably not one of the funner topics that I've talked about here on the Pederscope. This is probably one of the more challenging ones. But maybe today what you can do is just take an inventory. Is there a brokenness in your life that you've been fighting against? Is there a brokenness that you need to surrender to and let go and just accept it for what it is today, right now? Release yourself from any expectations of future outcomes regarding this brokenness and just be with it, sit with it for what it is right now. And the peace, I think, that you will find will help you to be the difference. So as heavy as this brokenness topic is, I think it'll be encouraging to you once you embrace it. I do thank you so much for joining me on the Pederscope for today's topic, which is, of course, accepting brokenness. I'm here every weekday morning at 8:35 a.m. Central Time with keys to being the difference. Thanks for joining me. To catch up on all past Pederscopes, you can head over to my website, stevepederson.com, and connect with me there. Connect with me here on Periscope. Guys, take care. Have a great day.